Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we have a haul. I have 7 bottles from a particular brand called Stephanie de Bruijn. I've heard a little bit of chatter about this brand recently, and I certainly wanted to discover their creations. I finally have 7 in my possession, so I'm going to be doing a quick sort of first impression / overview of the brand, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin this video and I tell you all about these fragrances by the brand Stephanie de Bruijn, kind of give you my first impressions and overview of the ones that I at least have in my collection, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell icon, and of course, give this video a thumbs up if you take something of value from today's video. Now, I do want to mention that if you are interested in picking up any of these fragrances, you may do so at maxaroma.com. That's where I acquired these bottles from. They have really fast shipping, really reliable customer service. All of the links and all of the information is going to be down below. If you are interested in either sampling these fragrances, because you can sample them at Max Aroma, or if any of them sound appealing enough, perhaps you did get a sample and you really like it, you can go ahead and purchase a bottle from Max Aroma. But this is a brand, like I said, that I recently discovered. They barely fit on the table here. I didn't look any of these fragrances up, so I really don't know what they smell like. A long time ago, I looked up 1 or 2, and the note breakdown sounded interesting. Like, I remember there being a vanilla-based one. The only thing that I did look up, however, is how to pronounce them. And so a lot of these are in French, and, you know, French is not my native language. I actually don't speak any French, but I will certainly do my best for the pronunciation. And the first one is called Lil Osinie. And this one translates to Swan Lake. So I have the impression, and I'm kind of smelling all of them in the air at the moment. I feel like there's a sweet one that is kind of dominating them all, but the first one sounds like it's going to be rather pure. Lil Osinie, Swan Lake. Let's see what this one is all about. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, so this one is kind of citrusy, kind of clean, maybe even a little soapy. This actually kind of reminds me of the soap accord that I get in Naviglio by Milano Fragranze, where it's kind of citrusy, soapy, maybe a little neroli in here, but it's also a little starchy as well. I get like a floral component about it, and that starchiness is something that I typically associate with iris or tuberose. So perhaps there's a little bit of that happening in here, but I'm also getting like a clean white floral component from it too. So it could be a little jasmine. I'm not entirely sure. Like a jasmine, iris, tuberose, citrusy, soapy, starchy, and slightly aromatic and vegetal type of a fragrance. Actually really interesting. I like the first one. I think some traditionalists might argue that it leans a little bit feminine, but for my taste personally, I think it's totally unisex, especially because it comes across smelling rather clean in my opinion. The second fragrance is pronounced Saint Honore or Saint Honore, and this one is a sweet fragrance. Okay. So I get like a little bit of like an almondy vibe. I don't know if it's almond or an aroma molecule that's supposed to smell like almond and cherry. The name of this translates to honored saint, from what I remember. So Saint Honore. Again, I don't speak French, so I do apologize if I'm butchering any of these names. But I also get a lot of vanilla from this one. So it's vanilla, a little bit of like an almond heliotrope vibe, and something perhaps that's a little spicy in this one too. This is an awesome one for this time of the year. I think it might be this one that is kind of overpowering everything else. So really nicely done. I like that sort of creamy vanilla that's used in here, but there's a little bit of a dark tone about it as well. Really nice. The next one is called Paris Montagna, and it means Paris Mountains. Oh, and this one is very earthy, very aromatic. It has a very unique aroma to it, and it's something that I can't quite pin down in terms of the smell. I feel like it might be a little fruity at times, but I'm not entirely sure where that fruitiness is coming from. A little fruity, a little musky at the same time. But this one is really unique. So far, this is the most unique one from the lot. But I think in terms of like fan favorites, Honore. And I think in terms of the fragrance that I can really see myself like drowning myself in as soon as I get out of the shower, definitely Lil Osinie. Just because it's so fresh, so clean, so pure. The next one is called My Gentleman. So I'm getting the impression that this is going to be one of the more masculine ones of the bunch. And by the way, I sprayed these about 15 to 20 minutes ago. Oh, lavender. So this is very classy, lavender-based fragrance. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of something that Penhaligon's would put out. And it doesn't smell like Sartorial, which I own, and I truly love it. Barbershop fragrance, masterpiece by Bertrand Duchaufour. But it kind of has like that classy, traditional, masculine barbershop type of a feel. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little like geranium or carnation in here. It has a classic smell to it, but I don't think it's dated necessarily. I think it still has a contemporary feel while still smelling vintage, if that makes any sense. So this is one where I suspect I would get pretty good longevity from it, not powdery. And the lavender in here is really, really nice. It's not overdone like a Caron pour un homme by Caron. This one is a bit more on the subtle side, and I feel like there are a lot of elements in here contributing to that overall gentlemanly scent. In terms of the name, I think it's right on the money. The next one is Antigone, and this one should be interesting. Ooh, this one is warm, fruity. There's a muskiness about it. Oh, it's very bright, very juicy, like the ripe flesh of a fruit. It could be apricot or peach or something like that. It's kind of like a fruity floral, except more fruits than floral, if that makes any sense. I think there's something floral in here as well, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm just getting a lot of like this really ripe, fruity, musky aroma, which is actually really nice. And so I like that. That's probably the most feminine one that I've tried so far, although some people might argue that the first one is a little feminine too, but in any case. This one is called L'eau de Savina. This one is neroli. This one is like straight up neroli. And it translates to the water of Savina. And very citrusy, a lot of neroli. I know neroli when I smell it, whether we're talking about 4711, Neroli Portofino, Eau de New York by Bond Number 9. Oh yeah, tons of neroli. So very, very bright, very fresh, very citrusy. Also has like a clean out of the shower vibe. I typically don't layer fragrances, but I can see these two being layered. The ones with the most French names. Lil Osinie and L'eau de Savina. Oh, very nice. Very clean, very refreshing. And the last one is called Le Sully. And with this one, ooh. Oh man, a lot of vanilla, a lot of vanilla. Ooh, and it's a very sort of creamy, lush, sensual, gourmand vanilla. Oh, this is really, really nice. Very warm, very cozy, very inviting. Oh, it's so rich. How does this compare to this one? Saint Honore. Oh, Le Sully is so much richer. I mean, I just kind of sprayed it again, so maybe I messed it up there a little bit, but this one is so much richer, so dense, so like thick and syrupy. This is going to be my scent of the day tomorrow. Le Sully is going to be my scent of the day. Absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing scent. Incredible. But I kind of, I like the almondy quality of Saint Honore. And I think that, actually I could see myself layering these two. But I think I really enjoy Saint Honore if I want something that's a little more quirky. And this one is also a little balsamic. So there's kind of like this resinous benzoin, labdanum and vanilla thing, kind of like an amber accord in here. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. I mean, if I had to rank them from my favorite, like my top three, Le Sully, Saint Honore, and probably My Gentleman. And the easiest one to recommend is going to be My Gentleman. If you are a niche head, I think the one that you'll recommend, you'll enjoy the most because of its uniqueness is Paris Montagna. It's just very herbal, aromatic. Oh, so different. I mean, it's really unlike anything I've tried. And I think that if you're a niche head and you like some of the darker, resinous, like very rich and opulent smelling fragrances, Le Sully. If you're a fan of citrus, L'Eau de Savina. And if you want something very pure, very clean, Lil Osinie is going to be your choice. And I'm just going to stop here because I don't want to make this too long. And I also plan on reviewing my favorites from this brand. But here was an interesting haul. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you took something of value from the video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. If you have any favorites, if you've had the opportunity to try any of these, or if you just want to leave a comment down below because I love the interaction, leave a comment and say which one sounds the most interesting to you, or from the various olfactive types here, which one sounds like it would cater more to your taste. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.